cupcakes, bananas, sausages, and a slurry.
Potatoes.
Potatoes. We all love potatoes.
Potats.
Potatoes with cheese.
Oh, I love mash them, stick them in a stew.
Yeah, yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome
Where's
to
that
the
from?
Brawling Dragon Tavern, and we are opening the doors for tonight's session, and we're following up on last week's wonderful announcement, and everybody at the table is kind of staring daggers at me because I know something they don't know, and I love it.
You know lots of things that we don't know.
Well, yeah. GM. So, last session we announced that we are slowly ticking off the sessions until our 50th episode, in which we're going to give away a set of Your Wizard's dice, and I asked our lovely staff and crew, please present a dice set so that everybody can take a vote, essentially, and figure out which one they wanted the most of. So, the rules are, before we figure out which one actually won, so the rules are actually really simple. Like, subscribe, follow our Twitter, like each episode, subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to our Twitch, join our Discord, say something on our Discord. All of them are entries. Each episode is additional entries. So you can just stack them up and you have a better chance to win. More people that we get on, the merrier it is. So, with that out of the way, any predictions on which one actually won? Which you guys actually voted for?
I think it was the Halloween one.
It's either the Halloween or the Galaxy Dice.
Yeah, I'm going with the Galaxy Dice one.
I'm going with the Halloween or the Lunar Cat's Eye.
So, the ones that actually took the most votes was actually the Liquid Heart Resin ones, the Galaxy ones.
Ah,
Cool.
Yeah, so, yeah. We'll have that information up on Monday of the dice and stuff like that on the actual Twitter, so you can get a good glimpse of what those amazing dice look like. They literally look like a galaxy and an actual die, which is pretty amazing.
I saw those as soon as I saw them. Throw them in there because they look beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do.
They're amazing.
I'm probably just going to wind up buying me a set because I don't think I can win that.
I mean, all the sets that were actually put in for the vote are worth buying.
Oh, yeah.
They're all pretty amazing
Yeah.
sets.
I think some of them are like a limited time though.
Not that I saw when I was looking through them. So, our other announcement is please support our artist. She loves commissions and doing wonderful, new, and strange art. The imagination is the limit on that. The other announcement we have is the second part of the 1D&D test is out. It is the expert classes, which is bards, rangers, and bards, rangers. Oh God, what's the third one?
Rogues.
Rogues, yes, rogues. They're the expert classes. It's like a 28-page PDF for you to go through. Lots of updates there, and feel free to go take a look at it. You can help sculpt the future of D&D.
Please help.
Please help.
Hey, don't.
Yeah.
Keep your snark to yourself. So, we're going to go ahead and jump into tonight's recap. You weren't here last session, so no recap from you, but you can be a peanut in the audience and stare at everybody. You are our peanut gallery for tonight along with me.
Okay.
So, we're going to jump into... Let's see, I need a D3. I don't have D3. There we go, D3. Oh, ooh, hey, Nikolai. What happened to you last session?
Let's see. He finally got all of his what the heck did my friends do to my machine stuff figured out as best as he could. He found out that he has to ask for what the rules are instead of be provided the rules, so that's a new thing to him.
The lovely Kenku saying you didn't ask.
Yeah.
That was fucking brilliant.
He got to work with his friend Rayeth, or as the world knows her, the Fence. That was pretty cool. That was a fun surprise. Apparently, she's going to hook him up with a tailor and a stylist for this wedding that's going to happen. Apparently, which just reminded me, I got to make Ace look snazzy too. So that's going to be fun. Let's see what else. Oh, he found an heirloom from his parents, more than likely. And I'm biting at the was it biting at the lip? Yeah.
Biting at the bit.
Biting at the bit
Chomping at the bit.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
See the
Leave it
horse.
to the horse to know.
to find out what this thing does. I hope it's a portable workshop. That'd be freaking amazing. We found out. Yeah, he got zapped by a wand. That was. Fuck that wand in particular.
Zap? Dude, your fuzzy ass got yeeted.
You were thrown.
Found a new friend called Bill Nigel, who has promised that he won't shove rockets in him and send him to the moon.
Bill Nigel, the fall guy.
unless he wants to.
Consent, man. Consent.
That's kind of around about it that I can remember off the top of my head that happened to Nikolai.
All right.
He found out that Fott has forgave his trespasses. And is
Oh
allowed
yes,
to go
and
to
Fott has instituted the
5 foot distance. Yes.
yeah
The Nikolai rule.
the Nikolai
Nikolai.
the Nikolai setup. So, Scav.
Oh, let's see where to begin.
The beginning would be a smart choice.
Scavard spent time with Kippa's family, actually, and actually had a little bit of a bonding experience with her father, Mildo. And from there, went to go to the bank, actually, along with meeting the family there, actually, where we spent a good amount of time exploring our wealth, and including things that we didn't know we had left over from, of course, the Obscura, where we met some rather interesting sentient items. One of them being a rocking horse that turns into an actual horse, a gargoyle that talks, and some other horrifying things. Of course, fuck that one in particular, because ow. And yeah. But we also came across something that was intentionally left behind.
I know you want to wait for your turn.
I'm sorry, I get excited.
Something intentionally left behind by the Obscura. And that was 7 pendants for 7 children.
Well, that's what we're guessing.
Yeah.
Or at least that's the consensus for what it seems like. We found even more relics, and Scavard actually had another experience with the more like divinity, more or less, by actually meeting Bahamut himself in a temple, with a really lucky chance at some religion there.
Yeah, and you also got to see a really interesting sword that basically made Nikolai's other tail stand at end.
Other tail.
It crooks the other way.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
It looks for a reception.
At the moment, we gathered up all those things, and we were getting ready to head back to the tavern in hopes of meeting up with Cayenne
Actually,
and identifying things.
Yeah, you got back to the tavern and you're looking to identify things.
And we still got to get dressed for the upcoming
What?
wedding. The upcoming wedding with Scavard and Kippa.
And yet you still aren't able to see Feisty.
I cannot see Feisty because she's still considered a threat to the family, especially to Scavard.
And Kippa's father actually shared one of his adventures with you.
And we shared one with him. Yeah.
Well, you shared
Well,
one.
Scavard shared one with me.
Vampire penguins.
Alright,
The look on your face is like, wait,
Oh.
what?
And Kraken.
Yeah. Vampire and penguins and Kraken.
The Kraken wasn't a vampire, but the penguins were.
wasn't
That'd
it
be
like
cool
in the
to-
Frozen Wilds or something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah, in the Frozen
It'd be cool
Wilds.
to meet a vampire type squid.
They're out there.
Vampire squid is a real thing.
There's actually floating around out there an older brain great squid kraken.
No.
the unanimous no across the table. It was just like, no.
Ta-da.
Where's your guys' sense of adventure?
I didn't say no. I think that'd be pretty
Self-preservation.
cool.
That's a real fucking thing. Why?
Hey, Mongo, what happened to you last session?
Oh, the creation of the Dark Vault. So
Such a scaredy cat.
survivalist.
Come
Let's
on,
be honest,
come on, start from the start and work
So,
your way through. Come on.
We finally fucking made it to the damn bank. Not Coin's brother, but the actual bank.
I mean, he could show up and show you his bank.
I don't need to see his pocket of holding. Turns out, all the things that Humphrey has been holding on to for who knows how long, just he let go of them and they went into the vault. And yeah, we found one thing that is staying in the fucking vault.
Oh yeah, your the letter you got before you went to the vault.
Oh yeah, no, that holy crap. Yeah. Humphrey decided the bill for his spa day, he's gonna cover that. The hat paid for himself. Least weird thing we found.
Honestly, yes.
What about Humphrey complimenting you?
That I still don't know how to process. Mongo's not used to getting complimented.
404 processing not found.
Yep. Yeah. Turns out, when you go into the vault, you get escorted, and you do not deviate from the path. If they have to find you, they will charge you to find, like, the pieces of you and resurrect you, which is not going to be cheap. Yeah. You're not gonna see the way there, even with dark vision. You're not seeing a fucking thing. It's basically just hold hands and kind of, kindergarten across the street your way through it.
That's a good way of putting it.
But once we got there, whoa, wow, did we find some weird shit. Yeah, Scav found a rocking horse that turns into a regular horse.
Scabbard also saying they're just items and everybody protesting. A good portion of them.
Yeah, one of the rocking horse starts talking to his first reaction is kill it.
Mimics, man.
There's only at least one mimic in there. Not all of them. Scav's learning about mimics.
It was a one.
And they do want to be treated with equal rights, by the way, just to FYI. Yeah, there's a talking gargoyle that likes to just fall on people. It's glorious splatter. Yeah, talking rocking horse. Yeah, we found that fucking box that's never seen the light of day. Shut it, Nikolai.
So what's so bad about the box?
It's a terrible, horrible, horrible box that should not exist. You open it, and it's nothing but porcelain doll arms trying to rip you apart.
It's freaking awesome.
And
No.
pull you inside.
Yeah, your face becomes part of the tapestry on the inside of it.
It's freaking
So that
awesome.
way it doesn't forget who it just ripped apart.
That's freaking awesome. I like it.
That would be
Set it up as a trap for someone.
Found the above-mentioned pendant. Rambo's bandana.
Oh yeah, the red bandana of badassery.
Yeah. Nikolai found a tiny, tiny house that even he won't fit into currently.
You found the old shoes. Oh,
Yeah.
you found the chest and how magic is degrading and the items
Yeah, we
inside.
need to get
Yeah.
Bessie fixed too.
And the items that you retrieved from her were also degrading.
Yeah. Found a wand that you might be interested in.
You're probably definitely going
Fuck
back
that
for
wand.
Fuck that one.
It's been surmised that the only person that can actually hold that wand is, surprisingly enough, which puts a huge exclamation mark above his head. It can only be used by druids.
Mm-hmm. Scav tried to pick it up, and it hurt. Nikolai tried to identify it. It said no, and yeeted his ass across the room.
It grabbed me and said, "This is not for you. These magics are not for your these secrets are not yours," and threw me across the room.
Oh, and when I tried to
you have fun with that one.
Oh, and the greatest part, when I tried to heal any of that damage, any attempt at healing is just negated to half.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it started rusting away Ace too. When I asked Ace if he
that's
could
all
carry it.
yours. You enjoy.
You can have that.
Using good health.
It's a druid thing more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of fun things last session, and you finished it up by gathering your bounty and heading back to the tavern.
Oh yeah, he also found part of the sword that may have altered his perception on a few things.
Yeah, the holy sword.
The one you can even move.
It's not meant for scabbard. Not yet, at least.
I think Thor's hammer. He's not worthy yet.
Yeah.
So, before we find out what you guys actually get into the bounty of things, since you're back at the tavern, we're going to hop back in time a little bit. It's been a couple of days since this has happened. Everybody's gone their several ways, done a few things on their own. So, after the dinner with the nobles, you head off from the group, and with the current situation and lists provided as far as who needs protection, and having to calm down Oslin because she's complaining about having to stay in this town and not move around. But I believe you do find a way to actually calm her, because you're like, hey, we're coming back. This is kind of like our home base for now. Once we find an actual home, you can stay there.
What's this fun house shit?
You might find a better place. What if you get to go to your parents' home?
I got a feeling, yeah,
It will
Scabbard's Kingdom
walk
is
itself
our home.
over there.
So,
Mobile home.
map. So, we're picking up with you and Oslin at the Druid Circle, and she's holding her cat in her arms, and it's just kind of like a plushie with its little arms over, and its lower half just kind of like dangling underneath her arms. A little bit more than it should be. And she looks to you and she's like, "So, I'm to stay in this town, and you're going to come back."
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Basically, me and my siblings, after adopted siblings, because we are the same blood, essentially we have things that we need to do, especially just getting rid of that temple. And then I still need to find out more about, well, our kind, centaurs in general. Apparently I need to adventure for that.
I've heard of rumors that that's how centaurs tend to pass on history, is that it's documented, far and few, but you find the stories on the remains or the graves of those that came before.
Is there anything that you can tell me that at least you know of blood magic, or at least something that will help me?
Well, have you met the lady yet?
No. I'm so new to this. If it wasn't for the kobold druid that I met that introduced me to blood magic, I wouldn't have known of her. I only knew of the mushroom deity, which their name won't be spoken, and they're on my shit list.
Yeah, I could imagine. They sound like a very unpleasant person.
They hurt my mushrooms.
Then they deserve to die.
4th level and we're gonna go fight a god.
Well, you're not technically fighting a god, you're just pissing on their home.
Session 1. On an adventure.
We're just leaving them a lovely message like, leave me alone.
Fuck off.
essentially.
Leave the guns, take the cannolis. Is this like going into like an Italian place and knocking over the pasta they've been making for 2 days?
That's a good way to
do
get
that.
yourself stabbed.
Don't fuck with good pasta like that.
No, it's the equivalent of going to a winery and setting all of the vineyard on fire.
Or go to a dwarven ale house and break all their kegs?
Oh god.
It's like the hunting brew meadery quest you have to do.
So she looks at you and she's like, I'm fairly experienced with blood magic, and I'm sure that's the direction you want to go.
I really do. I feel like it. Hearing of it through whispers, at least from a few people and places I've been, especially the posts that I went to. It caught my interest, and I feel like it could be beneficial, at least to myself and those I am with.
Yeah. It can work a few different ways. It's very middle ground, I guess is a term you can use for it. It's not aggressive nor peaceful, it's both. Where you can use for example, the Vine Whip ability of most druids. You can use that either for harm or to heal. You can utilize your spells, unlike other people can, in changing those spells a limited time per day. For example, using a Vine Whip on, for example, your comrade and transferring some of your life force to them to keep them alive. Or perhaps attacking an enemy so that they are caused harm.
So it basically turned from a thorn whip into a leech whip.
Yeah. It allows a utilization of those gifts that nature provides us to a much wider array. Being attacked by dice. Imagine a vampiric Bulbasaur.
I just got the worst fucking idea.
That would be cute. Not gonna lie, or a bile plume.
Yeah.
Cayenne's just gonna get some tattoos across her knuckles. Hurt, heal.
Wouldn't be tattoos, it'd be scarification. She's
There
already
you
got
go.
that.
Just
Get
you see her
branded
carving them in.
on each knuckle.
She might take offense to that. She's half horse.
Nitro branding then.
She just walks with you a little bit, and she sits down her cat, and it starts hopping around a little bit, and it just kind of like stops for a moment. It's like stretching to lick one of its legs, and its side splits open, and it starts to pour out a little bit. And she just pulls out a needle and thread and starts putting it back together.
Would you like me to help make at least like a comfortable outfit for them?
Her ears kind of twitch a little bit. I've never thought of that.
We just keep it all.
I figured that to do a mixture of like some vines, some moss, maybe twigs, and things like that to kind of make a reinforced type of vest, or maybe even little booties or something.
And she just smiles a little bit. Yeah. And she just gets her pack out while the cat's sitting there. And a few other druids go by, and they're just looking very peculiarly like... A few other druids are giving wide berth because they're not used to, like, necromancy druids. And it's just weird to them. Like, okay,
I'm just gonna... Anyone that gives her a weird look, I'm just gonna glare daggers at them.
Even blood magic is starting to trickle into like the school of magic along with the necromancy wing. It's considered new studies. It's like, what?
Nikolai's Steel Defender might be able to help. What? If anybody's gonna have a fucking ace bandage.
Oh, I think I died a little inside. Oh, that hurt. That like physically hurt.
I think Cayenne is reborn now.
That actually
She died,
that, like,
she came back.
hurt.
There was a disturbance in the force.
That'd actually be really cool. You wrap him up with ace bandage, it'd be a mummy cat.
That would be adorable.
There might be one already.
But I kind of want to try to make a rudimentary outfit that is like
That was terrible.
basically the Clint Eastwood like poncho sort of thing.
That like actually hurt my head.
You're gonna pay for that, bud.
I really am.
So she just kind of she gets in her pack and she starts looking around and she pulls something out, and it's the cloth is soaked through with like some sort of like dried blood, and she opens it up and you can see pieces of like brittle like dryness fall off. And she holds it out, and it's still moist, and she's like, I took this because, well, it could be useful. And you see it, and there's 2 eye holes and a mouth, and you can see she like skinned the entire head of an actual like goblin and kept the skin of it.
Goblin leather.
I mean, that
Fresh.
could work. How big is it in comparison to the cat? Like when it's actually like stretched out.
It's decent sized. It looks like it would actually cover the cat fairly well.
Do not show that to Fog.
I mean, I can see a few goblin like doing that and wearing it like a Borat onesie, or some kobolds doing it as a Borat onesie.
I'll see.
She
I'll
defaced a goblin.
I'll take a look at it and see if there's something I'd be able to do with that using Druidcraft.
Yeah, go ahead and do a survival.
That's a 14.
14. It does still have a little bit of like of the fat layer on it. There's like a small piece of muscle in there. It overall, it's actually in pretty good condition because of how she had it wrapped up in the herbs and everything. It'll actually do really well for what you want to use it for.
I guess I'll work on cleaning it and tidying it up a little better so I can make somewhat loose fitting but secure type of outfit for the cat.
I'm just
Popeye.
picturing a little like a little toddler onesie for the cat. That's also a poncho.
A goblin leather face onesie for a zombie cat.
Essentially like
Draw that.
essentially like think a type of like almost a button up vest with secure like pants. Think like a wrestling onesie actually.
Oh my god.
A slinglet?
Yeah, a singlet. A singlet, yeah.
So as you're working on this and working on the stitching, she's providing you with other materials you need. You notice that you pause for a moment as you're looking at this and you're stitching it together, and you're like, this poor goblin had like a fucking goatee as well.
Fancy goblin.
Very fancy goblin.
All right then.
Welcome to D&D, everybody.
Never know what you
This is
gonna
us
get.
sober. Imagine when we're not.
Oh
Oh boy. Take a shot every time Tom makes a bad joke.
God.
No,
Well,
we
you'd
do
be
not
having-
want anybody to get alcohol poisoning.
That's where you substitute shots of water.
Look, 10 minutes in, you'd be having to call 911. Let's just put it that way.
No. Calling 911 is finish your drink whenever Cayenne stares at someone.
Skull the bottle.
Yeah. So, you guys work on this for Popeye. She's making notes while you're working on this because she's terrible with like leather work and that sort of things. But scribing down like notes and things, she's great at. And she's writing down what she knows about blood magic.
Awesome.
And it's like talking back and forth in that like relationship you have. You're discovering that she's a dual path. She's necromancy and blood magic, and she intertwines them both very much so into a singular path. Essentially, there's no differentiation between being a necromancer druid and a blood magic druid. They're the same to her.
Nice.
And she actually gives you a new spell that you could utilize. It's a shillelagh, but it's actually made from. You have to kill somebody, but then you pull their blood from them as a solidified spear that you can fling at somebody.
That is really cool.
The look on Tom's face.
Chemomancy.
You okay there, Tom? That's a material component, so go ahead and make a note of that. It's a modified shillelagh spell. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why this is the question that popped into my fucking head. Depending on the size of the creatures that determine the size of the spear. Because
I
you're
mean-
off like a fucking stone giant. That's gonna be one big ass spear, but like
It can also.
a little goblin.
It could probably give you multiple spears.
But if you just kill like a rat, no offense, Nikolai, you're gonna get like a toothpick.
It's no offense.
Actually, more.
It's not a
prob-
rat.
Actually, a rat's more like a dagger size. But yes, you have that new blood magic spell. You just get more and more scared over there every time she learns something.
Oh god, the next time Mongo gets hurt and starts bleeding, she's gonna get the same look in her eye as he does when he sees new gears. Oh yay!
That's a source. That's a resource.
Terrifying thought. I've been actually watching a lot of Doctor Who lately. And a lot of Lovecraftian horror movies. It's also spooky season. I gotta watch Event Horizon for some inspiration for some ideas.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
Oh yeah, it is. What's funny is we have probably like the best version of Event Horizon you can get. The disc is blank.
Seems a little too on brand there.
Yeah.
Completely blank disc.
Yeah, it's weird. We put it in, it's blank. You look at it in the light, no data on it. So, spending the day with her, you learn how to utilize that spell. Eventually, go out into the wild and kill off like some miscellaneous things to actually learn how to do it. And pretty fun spell to use. It's a really like jagged-looking droplet kind of dagger, almost like a bunch of blood crystals. Pretty neat.
Nice.
And you do actually make the little singlet onesie for Popeye.
Popeye.
That's what she named him.
Popeye gonna drop an elbow from the top rope on motherfucker.
He does that typical cat thing, walking around for a while, but eventually gets used to it. It's kind of
So
weird.
cute.
It's like watching a hairless cat that's a zombie.
Right then.
It makes me wonder if all the cats that were in the litter, if all of them looked like hairless cats. Or if they were more poofy, if they were more like Norwegian forest cats.
Or a combination thereof.
That would be really
Oh my gosh, they're like when you get a cat, like a forest cat, and you shave them like the lion cut.
cool.
So the bald parts are like Sphinx cat, and then they have poofy parts.
Is it wrong that I've always wanted to do that to Sweetie?
Yes, it is, because she's adorable.
It'd be like the Lycoid cats that have like the bald places and make them look like werewolves.
Always wanted. to
Werewolf
do
cats are
lion
adorable.
cut on Sweetie. I thought it'd be fun.
So, over the next day, you get to spend a little bit of time with Kippa and helping her prepare for the wedding. She's only been able to see Scabbard in passing. She's not permitted to interact with him due to the findings of royals, and it's driving her up the wall. But you're working.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, as they say.
You're having to work with like actual like nobles that are trying to dress her up properly, and she's trying to curb her swearing into like more grandma-friendly terms.
And it's adorable.
Fucking adorable.
And it's your the nobles are kind of like druids trying to dress her like a royal, and of course your sister's like, I will kill you and turn you into something she can wear. And Kip was like, no. So you've had to deal with that nonsense too. But it's been like a bittersweet because you're not permitted to be around Feisty. They took Feisty off and to some other part of the either his school or the magic pit or the royal house. And it's been a busy couple of days.
Yeah.
Between helping Kippa with getting ready, making sure she has a proper, wedding crown before she receives an actual crown. And basically getting your sister acclimatized to the city where she's going to be living for a while.
I'd definitely be taking her to the more or less populated areas, is kind of working way up slowly sort of thing. Probably
Yeah.
take her to the place where I got the vest so she can look around, see if there's anything there she would find useful. She'd probably like that shop.
Yeah. So you do leave her at the Druid Circle to take care of a few things there because your little kobold friend wanted some assistance. And you do get back to the tavern, and you head into the tavern, and you head to the room, and you walk in, and you hear the guys, your siblings, the guys going, well, it's time to identify stuff, right as you walk in.
Do we hear the door open?
You want to be quiet or noisy?
I'm just gonna open the door like normal, so there would most likely be a noise regardless.
Yeah. And your kids have been, let's see if they've been being haved the entire time.
There's no Feisty there to keep them in check.
No. There is a noodle, though.
There's a noodle.
Staying in squares.
The only one that's actually been being haved is Ralph. Let's see, high or low, Cayenne?
I'll go with high.
That's a low. The two lovely twins of yours did flashbang one of the nobles.
Lovely.
Fuck yeah.
It wasn't one of the important nobles, so to speak. It was just one of those that's trying to dress Kippa and was just like, I can't see anything now to do my job. But Cayenne does come back into the room.
Hey,
Hello, sister.
so much cool stuff.
That's something we definitely have to go and get for you as well.
I ain't touching that thing again.
We can't touch it.
I hate nobles. Why? Why? Why do they think that they can just take someone and like dress them up like they're some kind of doll or puppet? I wanted to kill half of them. They were annoying me. Kippa was trying to curb her language to keep from blessing them out. They're poking and prodding her like she's a piece of meat. The fuck, man?
I have no answer
many,
for you. I'm still new to it as well.
Require resurrection?
None.
Oh,
Like,
Thankfully.
me and Austin both wanted to kill them. She wanted to make a lovely wedding attire out of one of said people that were helping, but did not happen.
Probably not going to go over well.
No.
If she
I
were to
mean-
actually do it.
I actually made clothing for her undead cat.
Oh.
There's a phrase you don't hear here.
Well, I felt bad because
Okay.
her cat Popeye was, when Osling was holding them, they looked so cute, but they looked like a tattered robe just falling apart. And I don't want that poor cat to lose any digits or anything. It may be zombie and undead, but I want it to be held together a little better, so I made it a little singlet to wear.
If we ever come across
What
it
the hell?
again,
What?
I might be able to help. As weird as it sounds, I do know a decent amount of leather working. I may be able to patch them back together.
Well, I basically made like this one piece kind of like singlet sort of thing. It was an all like one piece like slip on outfit. Granted the material was a little more obscure than what I would have liked to work with. It was the face of a goblin.
Well, that's interesting.
It worked.
Did she
Could you
just
do
say
us a
she
small
made
favor? Don't ever take that cat to sea. You may not
Osling,
mean-
even though she was professional and kind with thought, his mannerisms made her very uncomfortable. So I don't think that will be an issue.
Good. Yeah.
Plus, I don't think that the arts she decides to follow, her chosen path, are welcomed in his temple exactly.
I'll be honest, I have absolutely no idea.
Well, I don't think necromancy and blood magic is exactly like some deities wouldn't be as accepted, but I'm not sure. I would need to ask Pod on that one.
Yeah.
All I know is that his closeness and his mannerisms made her very uncomfortable. She does not like to be around people.
Get
Trying
lost
to-
out in the wilderness long enough, they'll probably definitely do some very terrible things to one's mind.
Well, in the city too much, and do the exact same thing.
How's she taking in the slight change in lifestyle, by the way?
She does not like it. Just she's very much akin to me. When we were in our old home, how I preferred to stay in the farmlands and more so in the wooded areas as far away from actual cityscape. Most of those that are within my species or bloodline, whatever you want to call it, most of us don't like to be within groups of people or in what you would delve society. We like to roam the woods and forests and plains and things of that nature. So the city scenes and towns are definitely not a favorite. It's on a last resort sort of favorite list.
So I got Reach Magica Mark 4 done, right? Okay, so it'd be with me.
Learn a useful spell that I know will be terrifying to all three of you. But I can now modify like my Thorn Whip, so if I were to use it on an enemy, I can take life away, or I can use it on you guys and give some of my life to you guys to heal you
Huh.
without pain. But I also learned another thing
So
that
you
requires
whip
me
us
to kill
life?
someone. But I can't.
Back away slowly.
Whip them back into shape, huh?
You're being lazy. Whip!
Another ability, and
Jeez,
Osling helped me learn
terrible.
this.
But funny.
As long as when I kill something, I can, like, pull their blood, essentially, and form a spear as a weapon. So essentially, if I kill an enemy of ours, like if we go against anyone, I could basically use the blood for one of their friends against them.
That
And you
sounds.
say my shit's weird?
Honestly, it's
Hey,
kind
mine's more natural and comes from a living, breathing body. It's not
Formerly.
man-made created.
Formerly living and breathing.
There's nothing natural about that, but I will definitely say that sounds extremely useful and terrifying.
This is why people have drinking
grabs the
problems.
wire and just stabs my arm and lets it bleed. That looks pretty natural to me, Scav.
I don't know, but yeah.
Your little flower comes out and just the little droplets as they fall.
We
Now, is it only like daggers, or
lower
like
the
if he
arm.
needs like a lockpick set, could you just like drain like a mosquito or something? Because those are kind of like spear-like.
Look, I've been meaning to ask because the fence had wondered, are you feeling okay?
I feel like I should be drinking for this conversation.
Speaking of conversations, the three of us have been rather busy, and met up at the bank
Oh yes, we finally went to the bank.
We've been needing to do that, but we've been so busy, none of us actually have.
Well, we
Yeah.
finally have, and let's just say,
Oh God.
there's a lot of stuff that
Our parents left us.
our family has left for us.
A lot.
A lot. So, like, we could
Um,
probably spend months in there and cover maybe half of it.
It's insane.
And some of the things in there, they may very well have lost their minds. Insane.
There are some sentient objects. And there's also some really interesting relics. I may have met a god. I'm pretty sure I met a god.
Yeah,
Bahamut.
do you think we should maybe?
When he says that, he was just looking into a mirror again.
I still need.
Remember how
Would
Remember,
we-
should we maybe go into
Would we
the,
have
to
time?
the,
Would I at least have
animated
time to go
object?
to the temple, like real quick before we leave?
Yes, we
Should
actually
be.
still have to identify all this. You still have those shoes, right? Were they ever identified?
Yeah, hers were.
Yeah.
The shoes that we found
tippy
over in-
taps? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They've been
No.
identified.
I identify them when we found them.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have time to go to the temple. The wedding's in like a few days, so there's still like a few days.
Mongo, should we maybe take Bessie to the?
There's
to the
also
vault?
something at the vaults that we couldn't touch. I mean, we could, but it would harm us. And apparently
We
it's...
told her about that.
I thought we told that we were out of character.
We just started talking.
Now's
to
a
her
good time
as
to
she
see if
walked in.
Scab is okay.
Oh, yeah. Are you okay, Scab?
Yes, I'm fine. I thought we were talking to her out of character.
Are you okay, Manny?
So,
In time, Manny.
so you're the only one that'll be able to pick
Manny?
up that wand.
You're not playing a chronomancer. Please be present.
I thought that... Okay. I thought that was an out of character conversation we had about that.
I stepped through the door. You haven't identified yet.
Yeah, I love the whispers over there.
But yeah, there's
There's
a
a wand
wand
you
there.
may like. Assuming it likes you as well.
None
It'll
of
have
us.
to make up its own mind.
So, we're gonna jump a little bit. Are you guys going to identify the pile of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the helmet for you. You got the booties. You've got the apron,
Apron,
the compass, the bandana,
the house.
the house. I've already talked to you guys regarding certain things.
Nigel, yeah.
Nigel. Yeah, there's a few things that I'll get cards to you on. But we'll be sure you have your notes up. I'm going to jump through things real quick. So, you can add these to your inventory because they're already in the whatchamacallit. So you have Augie's helmet.
Augie's gift.
Yep. You can do a search for that. It's in the database. Our database, I should say. I don't know why that note's there, but okay. So, for this helmet of yours, it prevents concussions from happening.
That's fucking great.
And once per day, you can apply your highest modifier to a skill check.
Huh.
Also, once per
That's
day, you
freaking
can,
crazy.
you can freely remove a point of exhaustion.
Nice.
Holy shit.
That is an awesome helmet. Holy crap.
Yep. So, this one is for you. Tipa's two-step. The item is in there, the database. Because the magic is degrading, you have to roll a high or low on it. But, depending, it's usable once per day. If you roll low, you get a -5 to your performance. If you roll high, you get a +5 to your performance.
Oh.
The apron for you is tinkering throughout the wonderful night. It's in the database.
Oh, okay.
Same thing as his, but applies to tinkering.
Okay.
The compass for you. It's in the database. It is a compass of true path.
Compass of true path. Okay.
Now, the fun part. The amulets you guys got. So, the amulets are the 7 amulets you got. They're specifically utilized for each class. Make notes of these. because I don't have cards for him yet.
Okay.
Once per week, you can add a +10 to a skill check in your school.
Oh, fuck.
A plus what?
A +10 to your skill check. Or you can re-roll a failed roll in your school. So essentially these are amulets that were left behind by the Obscura. There are 7 of them. And they're designated for each child, essentially. 1 for each centaur, 1 for each mouse folk, 1 for each, meow folk, 1 for a kobold. And they're each sized accordingly.
Well, so they're not particularly tied to any particular school, but they're for the user's chosen school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are the ones that their notes are for. The house, while identified, you can't do anything with it because the doors and windows are locked. You have to find out how to unlock them. There's no resizing keyword. There's nothing like that. You have to figure out the puzzle to unlock the doors and windows.
Okay. But, so I can't find out anything until I unlock the doors and windows.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I know what he's figuring out. I know what he's going to be working on now.
Weight loss program?
No. Figuring out how to unlock the doors and windows.
Just now he has a tinker box. Now he has like an equivalent of a scroll case. How do I look this? You already got the info on the wooden horse.
On spare, she becomes a steed. This fine steed.
Yep. Bill Nigel. Once per day, he will dimension door up into the sky and fall double his size category to the planet.
Well, once per day.
He will teleport up to cloud level and fall 1 size category up to the ground.
So it just becomes a large falling object.
Yep.
Just falling straight down.
It becomes a terminal velocity projectile from the stratosphere. Gotcha.
He's a halo jumper made of solid stone with no parachute.
Yes.
With the sole goal of making someone or someone's go splat.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, some pretty okay-ish items in there.
That's putting it mildly.
And I'm sure you're gonna go to the bank and get that wand.
Yeah. See what else might be there that would catch my interest, at least
Yeah.
least one other item.
So the ones that I did mention that have cards, you can add those to your inventory. There is, of course, the usual lore, disadvantage, advantages attached to those.
What did the bandana do again?
I didn't give that to you. I need to check something on that one.
Gotcha.
There's something specific with that. I have to double check it. But yeah, those amulets are very potent.
They're freaking amazing.
Once per week, add a +10 to a skill check or re-roll failed roll.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
And then you also finally got the info for Augie's helmet. So, table is yours to discuss the items.
I got fancy shoes.
There's no discussion from Nikolai. He's trying to figure out this damn.
Yeah, you see him just like picking this up, and he's just kind of like shaking a little bit, testing little pieces here and there. Tries to pulls out a set of tweezers, tries the door handle. He even tries to lift the doormat that's in the front, but he can't lift it for some reason.
The end of the doormat. I fucking love it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's completely engaged in that for at least the next hour or so.
Yeah. So is anyone going to go with Cayenne to the bank?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look at the 4 containers because we've never opened those. I have no idea what's inside of them.
You're going to bust one open?
I'm gonna open one of them.
Are you
They're
gonna
4
be-
sealed containers.
Are you going to be gentle with it?
Of course.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand for me.
Why don't I just see him just trying to open those containers like some people open a beer, just set it against the counter.
Might
16.
happen. So he pulls out one of his arrows and he starts going around the top and you see him breaking the seal. And the smell just hits you. It's like a cloud that hits you as you crack this thing open. And the smell hits everyone else and it smells like one of Ralph's specials.
Oh.
And you look inside and you can see like gloopy like filament along slime along the top. And you hold it up to like the candlelight in the room and you look inside of it. And you can see that there's like salts in there and other herbs and stuff. And someone basically stuffed like a kobold or a goblin body in here and all the seasoning to basically ferment it over time.
Back on.
Oh.
Diane, I believe this is more suited for you.
You look disturbed there, Tom.
Oh.
I think Osling would get better
Prestidigitate.
Better-
Probably.
What the fuck?
use out of that. I don't even think the birds
What
would
the
eat that.
fuck is that?
It's a bunch of herbs and spices, and I don't know if it's a kobold or a goblin or what, but there's a body in here. It's been crammed inside. So we'll put that one aside.
Just throw it out.
That might be useful for Oslin. So I will go ahead and take some charcoal and mark that off. Let's move on to the next one.
Maybe if one's already filled with fermented
You just gonna open it?
I'm
body.
gonna open all 4 of them.
Oh, for fuck's
Roll a
sake.
sleight of hand on the next one. So you head out with her before the
Yep.
next one's opened.
We've had these for so long, we just never opened them. 21.
You open this next one up, and you expect the exact same like response, and this one's filled with like fruits and vegetables and the same like fermentation process. It's almost like this really like it's a fruit equivalent of like kimchi.
So someone tried to make a wine and failed.
It's just like oh okay.
This might actually be helpful for your mushrooms.
She's
Oh,
already
God,
left.
we found expired rations.
Expired rations. So you get to the bank and talk to
Put
the
this in
bank
notes.
keeper, and you get to go through the wonderful process of actually going to the vaults. You see them basically hand Mongo a silver chain, and he grabs it, and then he holds his little paw out for you,
I'll grab onto his paw.
and you just head into like this.
It's basically-
You head into like this black smoke, and you can't see anything in front of you. You can't even hear your footsteps. All you have to go on through this is just Mongo's hand. And it's just like time is... It's like you're walking and walking and walking, and it's just like walking... It's like walking through your apartment in pitch black. Ironic music for this.
I would.
Except a little bit slower because Mom doesn't walk that fast.
And you're led by this dark elf, and eventually you get to the vault, and the wall changes from like the solid, and you step through out of the darkness, and you can see like the darkness like swirling at the path to the vault. And the dark elf takes their silver chain from you. Like, you know what to do.
Thank you.
Good luck. And they head out, and the wall just closes on itself, and it's just seamless again.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, no,
That
it's a bit,
container.
it's a bit creepy. But at least we know we're not going to get robbed.
So you open the next one, sleight of hand.
True.
Start making our way to the wand, show her where it's at.
Yeah.
14.
All right. Let me scroll down a little bit. So you see this one that's like was partially wrapped, but now it's like bare. You can see it sitting there, and it's just like this kind of crazy looking wand. It's if you want, do a nature on it.
That's a natural 20.
Nice.
Plus, yeah.
You know instantly this wand is made from like, it's not from materials from like just like a specific area. This is possibly from like other planes. You're seeing that the base of it is this speckled bloodwood, very beautiful. You see the darker patches and the lighter patches of it, and it's just twisting throughout, and it's like almost like a it's red and gray mixed together, almost like an ashen type gray. And then you see within it there's these veins of like beautiful obsidian, and through the veins you can see like there's the glow of the actual core of the wand itself. And there's even something that catches you off guard, and it's red obsidian. And you can just see speckles of the light coming through from what you surmise is the actual core of the wand where magic is held.
I'll approach just to get a closer look, and I will ask the wand if, even though I know I probably won't get an answer, I'm just going to ask the wand if I have permission to pick them up.
Yeah. You move closer to the wand, and like things, you're fairly tuned to the world as a being of the world. You know when something is like arcane or not arcane. You can feel a little bit of that magic come off of it in the air. You get closer to this, and it's like the same feeling of like, you know, something that Mongo's really happy about that's super magical. You can almost feel like a summer breeze coming off of this, like of pure nature coming off of it. And it's like, okay. And roll a nature for me. See, what was your roll on the next one?
14.
14? You start carving this one open, you crack it open in the top, and you look inside, and you're instantly hit by like the bank of an ocean where fish has been sitting out there all summer.
Close that up.
And you're sitting next to him when this happens.
I'm in my machine, closing it off because I'm working on this house.
So, rotting fish. Is that what that is?
Yeah. Fermented
Container
fish.
Rotting fish. Okay, fermented fish. That's even worse.
Yeah.
Getting close to Sir Strumming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting close to that.
Last one.
No. I got 15.
Where did you find these?
We've had these since before we started.
I don't remember them at all.
Same thing for the carcass.
So as you're standing there, Cayenne, you're just watching Mongo. Nothing's happening. So you can wander around and look at other items, or unless you're just going to watch and see what happens to her.
Mongo haven't large reduced yet.
Not here.
What?
Mongo hasn't large reduced yet.
I want that spell. I love that fucking spell.
Well, let's go get that.
And you feel like this ice cold
Yeah,
hand
no,
on your shoulder.
When I was reorganizing,
And as you
all the
turn a
things
little
and
bit to
everything,
look, you see this
I found a
veiled
bunch of stuff
priestess,
that's sleeping
her
on
hand
it,
almost
just
like
never
every
identified. It was
color.
underneath a section called unidentified stuff.
And you can't see her
Like,
face underneath the veil.
We
And you
need
see
to
these
organize it.
beautiful
Figure out what we
tiefling
have and
horns
don't
that
have.
are like obsidian color coming out.
Just gonna stand very still because I assume I did something I wasn't supposed to.
When I was inside.
And she whispers next to you, and she takes your wrist and she guides it towards the wand.
Some of those notes I still haven't figured out
And she whispers as she leaves, "It's yours. As it was your mother's."
I will very cautiously take the wand.
You pick up the wand, and as you do, it hits you like someone intruded your mind. You get a glimpse of this wand's history and how it was made, and it just lingers there for a little bit as the wand attunes to you. And you pick up the wand, and it's no sort of rejection. You look around, and that tiefling priestess is gone. And the wand can only be used by druids. And I'm going to send this name to you so you can add it to your inventory. This wand is fucking brutal. She can share with the class if she wants.
So the last container, 16.
16? You crack this one open. You're waiting for a pungent smell, but it's only like an acidic smell. And you look inside and you kind of shake it a little bit and it kind of clanks around a little bit, almost like in a slosh. And as you hold it up to candlelight, you see all these mechanical pieces in there, and it's like in like a slosh, and you can assume it's like a vinegar or like an acid of some sort.
Mechanical pieces. Container of mechanical parts.
Oh, fermented gears for Ace.
Yeah.
Mechanical parts and acid?
Acid or vinegar or something like that.
Acidic fluid.
Yeah.
Acrid.
Acrid. I see her reading very intensely over there. What are you doing, Mongo?
I might as well take a look around. I'd see her go for the wand and nothing bad happened.
Yeah.
Nothing weird out of the ordinary. She just bent down, picked it up.
Doesn't really have to bend down and sit on a table.
Oh,
Yeah. So, investigation.
9.
9. So you wander around.
Yep.
And you kind of get a little bit lost in the maze of items.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'll just kind of keep wandering about.
A boot.
Yep.
A boot.
So you wander a boot. Within the items. Do another investigation. What do you think about that wand?
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
This is the same day that we were in there beforehand, right?
Huh?
This is the same day that we
Yeah.
were. Fuck. It's even lower.
God damn.
Yeah, 7. Sorry, 8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other dice, those are from God.
Yes, everybody, he's having an existential dread moment talking to his dice.
We all talk to our dice, okay? Sometimes it gets a little more colorful than usual.
Pippi would like words with you. It's a Pip!
Okie doke.
Don't make me put you in the timeout corner.
I think if I keep rolling this way, just so we're getting lower and lower, I think I'll wind up rolling myself into the timeout corner, aka dead.
So you wander around and you feel yourself step on something.
I will immediately back up, look at what I stepped on, and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Hey, Nikolai.
Yeah.
What you
Well,
doing?
I'm in my machine.
Yeah, you see him in his
Studying
machine.
This little house. So you're gonna have to knock on the thing.
Yeah. I've marked them all down with charcoal, set them aside.
Wander around a little bit and look around and see if
Come
there's
over.
anything cool
Yeah.
that catch
Tap,
my
tap.
interest.
There's a lot of interesting
Ah.
things in here.
Hey, what you up to?
Trying to figure this
Yeah,
out.
go ahead and do a investigation.
Question
Six.
for you.
6.
Oh.
Do you
Nice.
happen to have any nice clothes?
So,
The fence has said
Longo.
that she's going to hook me up with somebody to get,
as you're looking at this object,
get ready for
you
your wedding.
look up from it,
Okay, I was gonna ask if you'd like to go with me to
and
find some,
you
but
look
go ahead.
around a little bit, and you instantly start to panic. You look up, you see a reflection. You look down, you see a reflection. Every direction you look, it's like a mirror maze.
Oh, good.
What happened to you?
Fuck it. Get the shit out of this. Just gonna start checking myself out. See how fantastic I look.
Roll a performance.
You got to perform for yourself.
Fuck, that's cocked.
I got a 17.
Okay.
It's about the same number. Performance session.
Oh, that's the other item you forgot to identify.
What?
The scroll bag.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, the
Yes.
scroll bag.
That was added to the list. So.
Yeah.
14.
Send it to me. I'll mark it down.
What was that?
14.
Or she can send it to Tom.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You see, you look in the mirrors and they're all distorted, and a few of them are just like making faces at you. One of them flips you off. Another one laughs at you.
Oh, so in other words, it's just a bunch of me's. Not just mirror reflections, because that's exactly what I would do to them.
You're like, fuck, I hate this place already.
Why am I such an asshole?
I mean, cat.
Yes, but I'm being an asshole to myself.
Bless you.
God damn it. I fucking hate allergies.
They hate you too.
Yes, they do.
It's literally nature trying to kill you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why do I want to blame Cayenne?
Oh, she might not rescue you now from that.
Yeah.
Or she
Oh,
might
God,
blast
this is-
you.
My allergies acting up. This is what I get for that ace bandage joke.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So you wander around a little bit, Cayenne, and it's really interesting in here. While it's a bit claustrophobic, you do see some of the items like shuffle away to give you a little bit wider room.
No, that's not something.
And you do come across a coat rack that's standing there. And you can see various coats on it, and you can see a few like almost like masks on it as well.
I'll take a closer look, but not touch it.
Okay. Do a perception.
That's a 16.
So essentially, the scroll bag, the way it functions is you roll a d10. That's how many charges it has for the day, and well, how many scrolls are present in it for the day. Pulling a scroll from it will randomly cast a spell from 0 to 2nd level at the target.
Out of character, that's pretty cool.
Pull a scroll and
Yeah, so it's like a satchel type bag, and it's got all these scrolls sticking out of it. So you just pull one out, and it will just cast in the direction of someone.
It was, you roll a d20, that tells you how many scrolls are in there.
Yeah, pulling a scroll from it will randomly cast a spell from 0 level to 2nd level at the target. More random shit for Mongo.
yeah, you can cast 1,000 fucking spells. In theory. Doesn't know which ones.
Oh, what was your
How powerful
perception?
they're gonna be.
So,
16.
How does it regenerate, or
16?
does it regenerate, or
You
Oh,
you
okay.
see this one mask that's hanging
So it
there,
is okay.
and it's
so
got
not
like
scrolls
almost
we
like
put
a
in, it's just scrolls that
hi cheese.
it has.
It's got a crown of feathers on it, and it's carved out of almost like a very beautiful
Hey, Keisha.
wood. But as you like shift a bit to look at it, it almost changes into different kinds of animals.
That's really cool. I'm gonna very cautiously reach out to touch it.
You reach out, you touch it. You can feel a little bit of like almost nature magic coming off of it, but it feels like wood.
I will pick it up then, being sure that it wasn't like sentient.
Reaches out, slaps your hand. How dare you touch me without permission? So, what are you doing, Mongo? You're stuck with multi-reflections of yourself being an asshole.
Yep. We might as well look for a way out, I guess.
Do a survival.
Oh, fuck. Oh, well, that's gonna end well. $13.
13.
My highest roll today.
You wander around a little bit through the maze, and you're just you walk and you bump into it, and you're like, ah. And then you kind of feel a little bit, and you're like, okay, I can go this way. And you're just kind of starting to walk around this maze, and a few of the other Mongos you catch a glimpse of are like pointing in random directions. One of them holds up a sign saying you're going to get lost and die. Another one holds it up and it says, I hope so.
Oh, good. It reflects my own self-esteem at me.
Yay! So you're gonna wander around a little bit more with your fancy wooden mask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do a investigation for me. So you knock on his machine. Yeah, you hear a knock on your machine.
Yeah, we had a discussion.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead out and see if I can find Sin actually.
You can go look for Sin? Okay.
I'm gonna go talk to Nigel, or Bill Nigel.
Easy enough. He's like this big. You just pull him out and talk to him.
Oh, he talks in his tiny form?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He just fits in your pocket and you can just pull him out and talk to him.
Oh.
It's like pulling out an action figure and being able to talk to the action figure.
Set next to the house. So, Bill, do you remember seeing my parents go in and out of this thing? They would look a lot like me. Here, I'll show you the picture.
You hear Bill Nigel. Do you have my spectacles?
I didn't think so. I didn't. No, you have spectacles.
What respectable gargoyle doesn't have spectacles? We need to be able to see our targets.
True. Very true. Okay. Where was the last place you saw him?
In Humphrey.
In Humphrey. Okay, so they might be there.
He's in here.
Okay. Huh. All right, hold on a second. I know my brother and sister went over there. I'm gonna go downstairs, talk to a guard, and see if they can ask if they can send a message to somebody that would be in the vaults.
That's where you go and ask the guard.
Yeah.
The guard looks at you and is kind of like, no.
No. Damn it. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome, little mouse.
All right.
What was your investigation?
6.
6? You're getting lost too.
Mm-hmm.
Hop in my machine, go back upstairs, hop in my machine, get Ace to come with me, take Nigel with me, and let's go to the vaults.
Here we go again. So, you want to roll another investigation there?
Investigation or survival?
Survival.
Oh. You know what? I'll take that. Modified 20.
Nice. Roll a will for me,
Oh, fuck.
Mr. Wheaton.
And here's where I get fucked.
So you head off to find Sin, right?
Yep, and I'm taking the helmet and armor with me.
Okay.
9.
9. As you're trying to think about this and you're trying to look around a little bit and you're wandering down a path, you see all of them holding up signs of like, you're going to die in here. You can see one, glorious.
You know what? Fuck
You
it.
know what? Let's say that I
Lean
bring
into
spirit.
this. Gonna go to one of them. Whichever one seems to dislike me the most.
Perception.
Is this the chamber of face your own demons?
Maybe. Perception? 8.
8? They all seem pretty asshole-ish equally.
Fair enough.
Closest one then, right?
Yep. I try to turn a corner or something, try to find a way out, bump into another one, I'll just talk to that one.
Okay.
Okay, so why do you hate me?
And they hold up a sign because you hate yourself.
I don't hate myself.
You see another hold up sign. Yes, you do.
Look, I just know that I'm not as great as I should be.
Another one holds up a sign. You're going to kill your sister, too.
You go fuck yourself.
Another one holds up a sign. You first.
In an argument with yourself.
I wonder.
Yeah, because that's never fucking happened.
Mongo walks in a Mongo. Goody, goody, two shoes. Goody, goody, two shoes. Kicks him in the ass. And I killed Tom.
Oh, God, I really am an asshole, aren't I?
So you walk right into, like...
Did you just say asshole?
Yes, he did.
God, jackass.
You come around the corner and you walk into a bunch of spider webs.
Get them off my face.
Yeah, it's terrible. As much as you like nature and spiders, this is just like... And it's kind of like, as you pull them off yourself, you quickly start to shake them off because they're a little acidic.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
They just burn? Fuck, that would suck.
Not only are they sticky, they burn.
Jeez.
Lovely.
You can roll another, if you want, roll survival. So,
Yeah. Hop in the machine. The ace, let's go to the vaults again.
okay, you head to the vault.
Uh-huh.
You head to the outpost where, essentially along the wall where Sin is. Takes you a little time, but you do you do get a hold of Sin.
What part of the day is it?
Probably later in the afternoon.
Alright, good afternoon.
Yeah, we went to
How
the
are you doing?
vault, like first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Sin just looks at you. Fine. Did you come back for your training, or are you going to desert it?
I have not deserted my training. I still try and wear this as much as I can to get used to it. I'm here for basically just to check in and see how you're doing. And let you know that I will actually be leaving soon.
Oh.
And wanted to know if there's anything else that I needed to know in terms of training purposes.
Sin just kind of reaches down and pats you on the head gently. And just kind of smiles a little bit and it's like, you just need to have faith.
Okay. I think I know what you mean. Kinda, vaguely. I've been practicing a bit more with, of course, in the arts of religion. It's been interesting. Very interesting. Enlightening even.
Sin just kind of nods a little bit. Well, good luck on your travels. If you die, well, you're dead.
Well, yeah. Hopefully that will never happen. At least, Not until I'm ready.
Nobody's ever ready to die. It just kind of happens.
True.
But when it does come, smile at it. Dare it.
All right. Take care, Sin. And thank you.
Sin nods. And as you head outside and start to head back, someone comes up behind you, and it's that really gruff dwarf that you had to deal with. And the dwarf just kind of walks up to you and is like, "For a little shit, you move pretty fucking fast." And the dwarf just reaches out and pats you on the shoulder and holds something out for you.
We'll take it. What is it?
Fuck off.
Oh, okay.
And the dwarf starts walking off.
What did they hand me?
Do an investigation on it if you want.
So you could
So are you gonna roll? What'd you roll? What'd you get for your survival?
That was an 8.
God damn.
22.
Like, they're gonna be forever lost until Nikolai gets there and saves them.
Actually, no, I take that back. It was an 8 plus 6, so it's 14.
Oh, nice.
survival again?
Yep.
11.
11.
I had to pull open the game chat.
So you start wandering through and finding a little bit more things, and they're still mocking you. You come around the corner, Cayenne, and you're moving through these objects, and you see Mongo standing there, staring down at a hand mirror, kind of entranced by it.
I'll call out to him.
You get no response from him. It's like he's just full zombified.
I'll make my way over to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to keep to the side away from the mirror.
Okay. Just looking at Mongo, his mouth is slightly agape. His eyes are just like rolled back in his head as he's just blankly staring at this mirror.
You're not even in something. You're just in your own damn mind.
He's enchanted. It's a magic one. It can't even be broken.
I'm going to attempt to back up and try to use Thorn Whip to get it out of his hand.
He's not in his hand, it's on the ground, like right between his little feet paws. He's just staring down at it. His little arms hanging off to the side, like...
See if I can use Thorn Whip to get it away from him.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that attack on it. Yeah, so you...
22.
22? You look at this thing that you were given. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Do we all go look at the dice? Like, how bad is this?
That's a 1.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Roll an
great.
Please roll an attack against Mongo. You look at this and you pull it out a little bit.
Considering what my armor class is, does that really even need to exist?
She might roll another one.
It's a 2.
For the damage?
Yeah.
Okay. You unsheath it a little bit and you see it's an actual, like, finely made dwarven blade.
Huh. I'm gonna fully draw it. Take a look at it and inspect it.
Well, you're just used to, like, you know, normal, like, swords. This one is, like, thick and it comes up to, like, a point. It's very much a dwarven blade.
This is like a little like long sword for
A dwarf.
a dwarf, but more like a bastard sword for a kobold.
Yeah. It's thick,
Very
it's
dangerous
chunky.
over short distances?
You're seeing it's just made out of, like, you know, it's a foot soldier's sword. It's nothing spectacular, and you can see that it's got a few chips taken out of it. It's seen combat. But for a dwarf to give up their weapon to somebody is of great importance.
I'll resheath it.
So you bring around your thorn whip, and you smack Mongo You meant to hit the thing, but you hit Mongo and you send him flying. Please roll an acrobatics for me all of a sudden. At disadvantage.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I'm sorry.
That's gonna hurt. I finally roll a fucking 19. and
It goes away.
disadvantage. Down to a 4. So that's a 9.
Okay. You go flying through the air and you see the world topsy-turvy over as a little bit of blood comes from your nose and it hurts. And you try to get yourself in your bearings, and from being in that glass maze is disoriented. You hit the ground and you slide. And you suddenly hear like all these like things start moving, and you look up and you see that chest full of arms just like head over kilter start clanging towards you. And you hear all the giggles coming from the box.
And I run like hell.
And you hear from somewhere in that direction
Swearing.
Mongo swearing in cat in other languages, and you hear like the sounds of like all these like almost like teacups hitting the ground and something being dragged across the floor.
I
That thing's
will
not fucking seen the light of day. I don't give a fuck what
make
you
my
say.
way over there.
You follow the sound. You follow the calamity and noise, and you see Mongo running in your direction. And you see this chest that's like knocked over. It's open, and you see all these like porcelain doll arms coming out of it, like mannequin arms, just dragging itself in his direction.
Ah.
The cat is terrified.
Yeah, when Mongo's close enough, he's going on my back.
Yeah, all you hear out of him is just in like common, elvish, cat.
Fuck, shit, fuck!
Pure panic.
I imagine in cat it's just yowling Sparta screams.
Sorry, Cheddar.
Scaring the shit out of Cheddar.
It's okay, buddy. Yeah. It's just like the most terrifying thing you can see. It's just like a calamity of arms and hands just making its way in the direction of you. And as Mongo gets closer, you grab him and pull him up, and this thing just... That sounds about right.
Yep.
And this thing grabs your leg, and it starts grabbing you, and it starts trying to pull you into the chest.
Yeah, no, fuck this.
I'm gonna like heavily like stomp, like aggravated horse, like stomp.
Roll a strength. And this thing gets to roll a strength too. Actually, he gets to roll a grapple.
That would be a 19.
How big is
Jesus.
this fucking thing?
A standard issue chest size.
The thing we
It's
used for-
bigger than Mongo.
Basically, the thing
More than 5 pounds. Got it. There goes that idea.
it's probably as big as the chest that we used to store everything in.
Yeah, definitely more than 5 pounds.
With like child, like mannequin size arms.
All
Or adult
different
size.
kinds. Adult mannequin and child-sized mannequin that are all made of like almost like the porcelain ivory look, very worn and cracking. And
Got you.
Yeah, fuck it. I will try to prestidigitate a rope around to force it closed.
roll a performance in Arcana. You start backing up from this thing, angrily stomping at it. You're just stomping on hands, and they're breaking, and the other little hands come out and start shuffling those pieces back in, and the arm just disappears into it. And you see another arm come back out to take its place. And this thing is just trying to climb up and pull you inside of
It's such a cool chest.
it. You're like, no.
I'm just gonna talk. I'm just gonna scream at it while I continue to stomp. Listen here, you son of a bitch. I'm not food.
You can roll an intimidate on it.
Lord God, please roll an nat 20 and just glare this thing into submission.
13.
13.
Not a nat 20.
You hear all this childlike giggling coming from inside as it starts to find a glee, and you feel it starting to pull on your legs, and it's almost like spreading your legs in opposite, trying to like pull in the opposite direction, like trying to break them. What'd you get there?
Performance in Arcana?
Yeah.
Performance is 22. Arcana's 15.
Oh, nice. So you
Hey,
you work
You
on
actually
this.
wizarded it this time.
Did it hurt?
A little bit.
Mark off a spell slot.
Fair enough.
You see him conjure this up, and he wraps it around, and he starts to try to close it, but he can't get it closed. You assume that you're going to need Kyan's help to actually close this damn thing.
What level?
You pick. How strong do you want this rope to be?
Second level.
Okay.
I ain't fucking around with this damn thing.
Yeah. But you realize you're going to need more hands, no pun intended, to close this
I do
thing.
not believe you for 1 second.
Unlike you, I can make a pun.
Oh.
And people don't glare at me.
You have a higher charisma than I do. I have a negative modifier on mine.
Come on, let's see who can bard the best.
We already know that's going to be you.
So, go ahead. What are you doing with the sword?
I'm
get
gonna
the
go
rope
ahead
down
and
try to force the
tie
damn
it to
thing
his side.
closed,
Probably a bit
and then try
unwieldy to
introduce
go
it
ahead
and
and
just yell,
use
pull.
properly because it's probably
And
too big for
pull.
Scabbard at the moment. Probably needs to
Strength.
two-hand it.
Yeah, it's a bit unwieldy for you, and you're like, fuck.
Natural 20.
Nice.
As you get the assistance, you reach out and you grab this like magical rope, and it feels solid to you. And you stomp on another few more of these like actual hands that are trying to grab you, and the same process repeats as they scoop them into itself. And you stomp a hoof on the top of the thing, and you go behind it, and you yank it up, and you just latch this thing shut like a belt. And all the hands start pulling themselves back in before they can get severed off. But you do get it closed and do tie it shut.
Good.
For a minute.
And then you
Shut
get you hear the vault door closed, and you hear like the machinations of Nikolai.
I hear the vault door open, then close.
Yeah.
Whip around. Claws out.
Yeah.
And you see this crab-like machine walking through the door, and Ace.
Yeah, but I've seen that before, so that's not even the weirdest fucking thing.
Ace has a piece of like bar stock in his mouth that's been rolled up, and you can see it's like lit on the end,
Yes.
like an ember,
He's
Awesome.
smoking a
Ace is
cigar.
smoking.
smoking metal.
Smoking aces.
You actually beat me to the punch on that.
Damn. But yeah, you've had your first experience with the chest.
What's wrong with you, Mongo?
That fucking thing is never leaving this place ever again.
What?
Fucking walk away from it.
Oh, that.
No, actually, no. Correction. I flip it off. So you do not ever try to fucking eat us.
It shakes a little bit, and you hear giggling from inside.
And walk away.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kyan's pulling rope out of her actual pack and tying this thing up in like 4 different ways from Sunday.
Gonna try to like find any kind of chains that are around here. I'm assuming there's just random things in here too.
Oh yeah, there is. Do an actual investigation.
Just gonna look for anything that I could use to make a really secure bond at a 21.
Yeah. You wander around a little bit, and you kind of start looking through like little things here and there, and you find this bag, and you open it up, and you see like these 2 glowing embers look back at you, and as you're looking inside, this thing kind of snakes up in front of you almost like a cobra, but it's made of chain links. And the links open up in the front, and you see like a small little link come out. It goes back in very snake-like.
That's cool.
Huh.
I don't want to take that with.
Yeah.
I will speak to this snake chain.
Snake
like-
chain.
Would you like to help me keep close this very, very, very naughty box.
The chain just kind of moves a little bit and sways a little bit. I like naughty.
All right then.
Poor Tom.
I believe I have something that you will enjoy.
And so Kyan comes coming back. She's got this satchel over her shoulder, and you see this like almost like a cobra but made of chain walking in stride with her. Well, it's in the bag, but it's just like flowing with the stride with her.
Whoa, that's cool.
I think they may like to help keep the bastard shut.
Oh, where are you heading after talking to Sid?
You could just wrap it up with rope and stuff.
I'm gonna head to the
Too flimsy.
royal house because I probably still need to get fitted for an
Fit.
outfit.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, but that would be like his eternal job.
The chain does it just does job.
Would you mind keeping that one closed?
And it's like, if that is your command, then I shall do it.
Yes, please.
For now, at
It
least.
tried to hurt us.
And it climbs out of the bag, and you see like this long, like black chain just crawl across the ground like a snake. It goes up chest and starts,
out of its way.
and it starts just wrapping around the box, and you just see it link itself together and just tightens, constricts a little bit, and just goes unsentient.
That's cool. We need to come up with a better solution because that's useful. Anybody seen any pair of glasses around here? Nigel needs his glasses. I take them out, put them on the floor.
Is there a pair of glasses in here? Do you know the name?
Nigel, are your glasses intelligent?
Why would my spectacles be intelligent? And at that point, they would be spectating.
Yeah, sure.
It brings up a valid point.
So-
Has anyone seen a pair of glasses in here?
Is Nigel ambulatory?
In the little form?
Yeah.
No. Just a figurine.
Okay. Do you want to help look, Nigel?
Nigel's like, can I smash something? Is it meaty?
We can find something for you to smash today, if you want.
Yep.
And with that statement, I just know I'm going to get covered in yuck again.
You're just walking by and Nigel just hits him like just one of the giant rats. And just
A city rat, a non-intelligent city rat.
rolls a performance on smashing it. It's like watching the Gallagher show.
Well, let's go over to where we found you. Maybe your glasses are around there. Start from there.
All like flipping things.
Oh, good. He's a showman about squashing.
Yeah. So you take some time looking for the glasses,
Mhm.
at least a good hour, and
Yeah.
you're able to talk to him and such. And yeah, if you want, you can identify the mask for you while waiting. And you're like, fuck that mirror too.
No, I might take the mirror with.
Can you get a stare into it again?
Maybe.
You're a glutton for punishment, aren't you?
It could be some valuable, like, therapy. Find out why Mongo hates himself so damn much.
Mongo? Earlier, before the doll arms wanted to rip you in every direction, why were you just drooling at a mirror?
Prestidigitate, just get rid of any rule. Was I just staring at the mirror? Because I was actually in this weird maze.
No, you were just standing there staring down at the ground at a hand mirror. Your arms are at your side. You were in this room.
Oh, apparently I was actually in the maze.
Why?
That's a loaded question, sister. Why do we have a snake chain? Why is there that fucking box?
The box rattles.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy. Why the fuck is there any of this shit? Why does any of this exist?
Because it's cool.
I thought of a use that you might enjoy for the box. No, legit. Like, legit. You would agree with me on this, I promise you. If the school didn't deal with the bullies of Alufa,
Feed me the
Could we-
box.
we could decorate the inside of the box. Give it multiple colors.
So, you can identify the box and the chain and her mask and the mirror all at the same shot.
Fuck it, YOLO, let's do it.
Alright, so you're gonna have to take notes on this one.
Yeah. Let me get a new page.
Yep.
Just
So-
looking for his spectacles.
Yeah, you're not finding them anywhere. You're looking all over the place.
If I'm not any rolling, I guess I'm not going to find them.
Do another investigation for me.
Investigation.
Any of the other sentient objects in here chime in with anything about last? No.
Nope.
Question.
18.
Yeah.
In regards to this blade, do I regard it as a longsword or do I treat it as a great sword since it's bigger than Scab?
It would be a great sword for you.
Okay.
Your investigation. You're kind of like sitting there and you're looking around a little bit, and you start going back to fidget with the actual house, trying to figure out how to enter it.
Mhm.
And you pause for a moment, and you bring the box up, and you look inside, and you see a tiny pair of spectacles sitting on the table next to the
Yeah.
journal. And you see like a dust outline on the table where Nigel was sitting at one point.
Oh, that's funny.
Great. Found your spectacles, Nigel.
Nigel's like, "Oh, splendid!
They're in this little tiny house thing.
Can I smash it open?"
No, please don't.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Okay. I'll look around for anything else that sounds useful or
Okay.
usable while I'm here.
All right.
Help
So,
Mongo with his
the chest.
spell.
That piece of shit.
I will get the name to you later. The chest essentially is basically as I described it. However, when placed into a location over the course of 24 hours, it converts all opening spaces into something. It spreads. So drawers, you open them up, hands pull you in. Open up a closet, same thing.
Yeah, it's staying in here forever.
Open a cupboard, same thing.
Fucking amazing that would be.
And it just keeps spreading throughout the entire place.
Send that to an enemy's home or castle.
That would be very powerful and dangerous.
That make.
And then everywhere you go, yes, every opening, you
That
get
makes
pulled
me
in.
wonder what you just said.
But
that
what
makes
happens
me
if it
wonder
stays there
now.
for 48 hours? Does that
That thing's
area
terrifying.
that affects just keep getting bigger?
How long has it been in the vault?
Not long enough.
Question from player to DM.
Yeah.
I'm gonna act like I didn't hear any of that explained because I'm not identifying. But
Yeah, fair enough.
does it spread at least in the vault, or is the vault protected from
The
that?
vault's
spread?
protected from
Oh, okay.
it. It has, and to answer the other question that's lingering in the room, it's only the identified homestead. So if it's a castle, it will stop at the castle walls. If it's a house, it will stop at the house walls.
So you give it like some type of instruction, or that's just the way it's designed.
It's the way it's designed.
Within the confines of whatever the building is.
Yes. But if you put an amplifier on it, it could take over an entire town.
That is
No.
so cool. We could just devastate a rival kingdom
And
or something.
How the fuck? Okay, well, if they ever fuck with Charlie again, yes, we will do that. But how are we supposed to get it out to uninfect the area?
Magical hazmat suit.
Put it in a bag of holding.
How are you supposed to get into it to get it out?
The only
if
thing-
all of the openings.
So- The other caveat is if there is an open space on the other side, it will not infect that area. It has to be an enclosed space. Closet, pantry, chest, drawers, etc.
Oh.
So if there's a room on the other side, it won't do that.
Oh, okay.
So if it's like an open floor plan, it won't work.
But it will infect any available space, like vases.
Oh, okay. So like if it's in the kitchen and your kitchen closes off, it stays in the kitchen.
No, it will affect the entire homestead, but for example, it won't take over this room because it's open. It won't take over that room because there's a room on the other side. But all the drawers in there are free game.
Oh, okay. That's pretty
So
cool.
any like sealable containers.
Yeah. Still, absolutely terrifying. The
Right,
pantry,
silver,
free
silver
game.
closures.
Cupboards, free game. Drawers, free
Okay.
game.
If you
24
remove the
hours
chest, does it undo those?
You gotta convince it to leave.
Ah.
It's
This
like-
thing is so useful.
It's also quite horrifying.
Never, no light of day ever again.
It's fine. We'll put it in some asshole's house in the middle of the night.
So, I'll wait till you're done writing that so you can have the next one. So yeah, you're realizing where his glasses are.
Okay.
Bill Nigel's glasses are.
Okay.
So you get to the actual place where you were trying to get to. Head inside. One of the servants comes up to you and is like, "Oh, Scabbard.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. How you doing?
Well, we're currently working on your dress armor for the marriage and the other things.
That's actually why I'm here.
Well, we've already done your fitting.
Good.
Yes, yesterday. Did you forget?
Apparently.
Can we permanently attach this helmet to your head?
Look, there's a lot going on in this little kobold's mind.
Weld it to his horns.
See,
I don't know if that would
duct
work.
tape or super glue.
Magical super
Zip
glue.
tie.
Yeah. So the mirror is an illusionary mirror of mazes.
Can we get somebody to do it?
Someone essentially has to do a
it.
will save to not be pulled into it, and once they're pulled into it, they either have to make a will save to get out or be pulled away from it.
Oh.
Or they're forever stuck there in the maze.
There is something that I do want to give though, specifically for Kippa. I know I cannot see her.
Of course.
Pull out the brooch.
The servant takes it from you. Okay.
This was the brooch Ithos's. His mother's. This once belonged to my mother, and I just want to go ahead and give it to her as a gift.
Oh. We will deliver it right away.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes. At your service. Yes.
Is there like a room for writing or something? I wish to write a letter for someone.
Yes, follow me. And they lead you down the hall. And they lead you to the room that you first met Sir Mir in. And you can see a full writing station there with the books and everything.
Okay.
Just ring the bell if you need anything brought to you.
Absolutely, thank you.
You're welcome. I am going to go deliver this. Good luck. And they head out.
I'll write a letter to Augie.
Okay. So, you know what the mirror is. The wooden mask. The wooden mask allows you to actually use a wild shape.
Oh shit.
It doesn't say fuck off when he does identify on it.
No.
How'd you get so lucky?
Well, it's speaking all in cat.
Is it once per day?
Yes.
So an additional wild shape for the druid there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Is that a druid only?
And you can surmise it was probably her mom's.
It looked like I was meme typing there for a minute.
Meme typing.
Capital, lowercase, capital, capital, lowercase.
Lol typing or leak typing. The infamous leak typing.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a beautifully carved wooden mask with feathers, feather plumage, and it's a grants wild shape once per day. And it lasts for 24 hours if you choose to keep it.
That's better than wild shape, ain't it?
It's like greater wild shape essentially.
Yeah. Like wild shape only lasts for a few minutes, right? Like an hour.
Something like
For an hour.
Yeah.
I think it gets longer the higher up level you get.
Yeah.
I don't
It does.
remember.
There's also, for some druids, depending on circle, you can basically alter your appearance and basically make yourself look like a dark elf if you wanted to, and if you were a centaur.
Yeah. You have all the fun items now. Yeah, that's all you had to identify. Oh, the chain.
Snake chain.
Yeah, essentially it is a snake chain, and it is 200 meters in length total.
Whoa. That's a long chain. That's amazing.
And it is magical and sentient. Follows basic commands.
Yeah, it's just because I'm just looking around the place.
Yeah,
see if
what was
there's
your
anything useful.
investigation?
You hadn't told me what all yet, so I didn't.
Yes, roll an investigation.
22.
22?
Yes.
You look around a little bit and you kind of wonder and you kind of sit down a little bit and you see like something sticking out from underneath one of the objects, like there's like little feet and it's like sticking up a little bit.
Okay.
You go over and you grab it and it's a journal about your size.
Oh, okay.
And you open it up
Oh.
and your heart goes from like full to dropping in your stomach and you're looking through it and you see that it's one of your mom's old recipe books.
So cool.
And you see all these like notes and sketches and stuff of like things that she was trying to do and different.
So cool. Is it mundane recipe book or is it involve like her sorcery stuff?
It's all mundane.
All mundane. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Awesome.
And you see like little footnotes here and there, or like notes in like the actual like edge of it and things like that. You see one where it's like cookies, and it's like, what if they came to you?
That's so cool. I'm just reading that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, the illustrations compared to what the kind that your dad do are very rudimentary,
Uh-huh.
but her writing is absolutely, it's like very filigree, beautiful, cursive, almost like.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
But there is a little bit of that moon mouseness into it, where when it comes to numbers and stuff, it's all very precise.
Mm-hmm. instead of one teaspoon, it's 0.97 teaspoons. 1 teaspoon of baking powder too much. 0.97 is perfect.
Yeah, it's super precise. So, as you look at the journal, and you guys get your items identified, you guys realize, okay, well, maybe we should head back out. We'll come back to this place later. There's more to uncover
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
And eventually Nikolai rejoins you, and he's got like this little journal with him. It's sitting on his lap inside his machine. He's got the house there. He's got his little totem there. His little gargoyle friend. Actually, I think you would put your gargoyle on like the dashboard, like a little like
Oh, like
girl.
a hula girl.
Yeah.
Like how some people will Velcro like figurines to
Yes.
their dash.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna do that, but that's a good spot for him.
Yeah.
So I have a little dash. That way you can see where we're going, and I can talk to him as we're driving.
Yeah.
She did.
It was cute.
Yeah. And Scabbard, as you write your letter, we're gonna go ahead and take our break, get some noms in us, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna jump into the next section of what's going on.
Ugh.
Don't pull the sweetie cat.
Uh-huh.
Her eyes going in different directions. So for those at home, we're gonna go ahead and take our 30-minute break. We're gonna be back. We're gonna jump into more D&D stuff when we get back, but we need food. We really need food. So, see you when we get back. We're excited. And I don't know where the break button went. Oh, here it is.
Say
And
instead of silver, I say white gold.
yeah. Hello, everybody, and we're back for the second half of the session, and we're going to see how many teeth Mongo loses during the reception. It's okay, don't worry. It's a dwarf doing it, and he's drunk.
Oh, so relatively painless. Because you'll be unconscious.
He just has his foot on your throat with a pair of pliers yanking.
Oh, God.
No.
No.
So, jumping back into it, we're going to do a little shuffle, shuffle.
Okay.
So, Cayenne, you and your sister are kind of like you've been going back and forth with the royals about how you have to dress, and they've been kind of like going back and forth with each other, bickering, and they're like, no, this is proper centaur wear. No, this is proper centaur wear. And as you're standing there, there's a knock on the door, and one of the servants comes in and is like, we have a guest. They require audience with the two centaur women. They say they have relations, and it's been verified through our spy network. And you hear from behind them, and you hear this very familiar voice. Get the fuck out of my way before I move you. And the guy quickly moves off to the side, and you see a little bit of sweat start to instantly form on his face in panic. And you see Gunnar coming through the door. And he's like, you're not going to dress these lasses in some bullshit. I'm going to dress them accordingly to our proper culture.
I'm trotting over to him to give him a hug.
And Oslin, she's just standing there like, who?
I'm doing this to her.
And he comes over and he hugs you and he picks you up and he's like, pony cake!
Missed you too, Gunnar. How are you?
And he sees another pony.
And he looks over and he's like, oh my god, you're multiplying.
This is my sister Osling.
You have a sister. Oh. Oh.
I learned more about our parents.
Oh. Well, that's spectacular. The more the merrier. So I got wind that through nefarious means that are not supposed to be discussed about a certain event that's not supposed to be discussed, and I decided to take a trip here. And I figured that people were going to try and dress you up in a way that shouldn't be appropriate for you to be dressed up, and I'm here to help.
I appreciate that. Because I may or may not have almost been turned into some kind of curly, girly, just not suitable clothing at all. And may or may not have destroyed said stall with my hindquarters because they don't understand that centaurs are not tiny little goblins or furbolgs or anything else of the sort.
And you see his wife come in, and she's like, she looks at one of the servants, and she just looks him up and down, and she's like, you're going to get me the resources I need, or I'm going to stab you. Understood? Nod. And they just nod, like...
I'm side glancing at Osling to see her reaction to
Osling
that.
just looks mortified, like, are they okay?
Yes, remember me mentioning the post?
Yes, and some of your stories from it.
This is Gunnar. He's the first centaur I met, and he actually taught me quite a lot while I was at the post.
She looks up at him and she's like, I didn't realize he was a literal mountain.
I was taking it back myself.
Question, is he still holding her while she's talking?
Yes. And Gunnar's like, you know what's better than one pony cake? It's 2 pony cakes.
You will get used to being called a pony cake as well.
Gunnar's like, I remember we did a proper centaur celebration. I decided to talk to an artificer friend, and we took 2 pony cakes, put them on a helmet, and then just had straws. These tubes running to my mouth. It was glorious.
Nikolai can make you one of those.
And he sets you down eventually, and it was effortless for him just to hold you. And he pats you on the shoulder, and he's like, "You look like you're doing well."
Yes, in fact, you would find this very interesting. Me and my siblings are planning on destroying a temple.
He just smiles with glee. He's like, "Oh, your first temple destruction. I'm so proud of you."
Like, this is a regular thing?
He's like,
That people do?
he's like, "Once it's destroyed, find the altar and shit on it. It sends a great message to the deity."
I'm pretty sure the deity would find some kind of enrichment from that, being a shroom. So I will find some other kind of means that would not be useful to them.
And you
Purify food and water.
and you hear his wife, "Then clean the altar and insult him." Actually, you have a few wiggly fingers within your group. Why don't you have them cast prestidigitation on the entire place? It's sure to piss them off rightfully well.
Prestidigitation as we go.
Or organize the entire temple that's not destroyed.
Oh God, organize it.
Organize
clean
and
it,
clean
and
the
then
altar. Organize and clean the altar.
Then destroy it.
No. Prestidigitate it clean. Glitter wand. And then try to prestidigitate that on.
There you go.
You guys are fucking diabolical, and I love it. So,
I wonder if we can write messages doing that. And just try to like prestidigitate like "fuck you" in glitter.
So, unlike how everybody else has been treating you, she approaches you, and her hands are actually surprisingly gentle. Like, she knows her way around a centaur, obviously.
That was good.
Skipping all the obvious jokes there.
Oh, that was good.
Seal of approval. That was great.
And she's taking measurements, and she references a book and of about dressing centaurs and what's popular or appropriate. And she's looking at various things in it. It's not very in depth about each clan. It's more like generalized. It's actually written in your native language, and she can read it.
That's awesome.
And she's like, "We'll get you squared away for this event that shall not be named, and you will be comfortable."
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
And she just looks over at the various mushrooms, and she's like, "You too."
All the mushrooms are going to be all pretty,
Oh,
all tidied up.
Noodle gets to be spiffy too.
Well, he's already got a really
Spiffy.
spiffy vest.
Yes, he does.
So, you spend time with Gunnar, and he's just reminiscing like all these random things, and you're just like, "Oh my God, he's insane." He's like, "I once wrestled an owl bear, and it was glorious.
Yeah,
and
you
I
have an
had so
owlbear
much
story
fun."
to share.
Huh?
She has an owlbear story to share.
Speaking of owlbears, interesting thing. I may or may not have accidentally pissed off my mom.
He's like, "Oh, you have an adversary, a long-term adversary. It's a good experience to have a long-term adversary."
And it was completely accidental. My birds thought that a baby owlbear was perfect food and put up a very awesome fight. I tried to help said owlbear baby and give baby back to mom as a sort of peace offering. Luckily, she just told me to rightly fuck off, and so I did.
And his wife looks over and she's like, you know, in the deep winter times, if you cut an owlbear open after you kill it, you can sleep inside and weather the weather, of course. It's quite comfortable.
Of course you would taunt on an owlbear.
God damn.
That's hilarious.
To hunt an owlbear for shelter. That's pretty badass and terrifying.
Like, fuck.
No.
They were adventurers.
That's a beast that'll fight a dragon for a bagel.
But is it the everything bagel of the universe?
Such a good movie.
So, Mongo, you go through your fittings and things like that, and ironically enough, the person helping with the fittings for you is Coin. And she just kind of smiles, and she's like, "How about all pink?"
Because it's coin, Mongo will actually consider it for a moment.
She's like, "I'm just kidding. Pink would look awful on you. You'll look naked the entire time."
Yeah, I don't need another story where I wind up without my phone.
Well,
What?
well, there's just going to be more stories of that. It's unavoidable. Do you know how many times I've ended up naked?
Adventure, I guess. 3 times?
And she just laughs a bit at that. It's an adventure.
I mean, Mongo's always half naked, so.
Always Donald Duck in it.
Hey, look,
She's
there's a
like-
whole airflow thing down there, okay?
She just smiles. She's like, "This one time I was just out drinking at the usual bars, and I woke up the next morning in a bell tower completely naked. It was an awkward experience."
Okay, I haven't done that.
It doesn't ring any bells?
No,
Oh.
not yet.
Interesting. So, you're getting fitted as well, and
By Wraith's connections, right?
yeah, and there's a couple of fairies, and they're just kind of chittering back and forth, and fairies speak. It's
you guys gonna do Ace too, right?
and they look over at Ace, and they're like, "Mm-mm."
No? Oh, okay.
So, as you each get fitted,
And noodle.
wow, you lost your dice tray.
Yep, and dice.
You each have your own outfits and things like that to actually get into. Yours is like a kind of like a almost like a traditional like 1940s penguin suit. It's the colors that you expect. Your actual like colors of your people.
Which are?
I already told you.
No.
Yeah, I already told you. Hey, how you doing over there, Manny?
Ow.
And yeah, you're just like you're in the royal place, and you're just like pacing back and forth, and it's like you realize it's the big day that you have to do this. You don't know who's going to be in attendance or who's permitted in attendance. And a few of the nobles were coming, and they're like stopping you, and they're like, "Stop pacing. We need to get you into your garb for the wedding."
My apologies, just very nervous. But, alright, lead the way.
And they're
I'll
like,
follow behind.
"Well, you're in the room to get dressed." And
I figured there's like an area specific for it, but alright.
yeah, you're in the actual appropriate room, but you just keep pacing enough where they're like, they start to place something, and you keep walking off.
Try and sit still for them.
Yep. And you have a very nice. It's surprising how clean you see Nikolai. His fur is styled and smooth. He actually got like a haircut, and he looks appropriate. His whiskers are all mismatched sizes. They're all appropriate sizes now.
Wow.
And you see him. He's got like almost like a he's got an inner vest on with the shirt on under it, and an outer like vest that's a bit longer. He has a pocket watch and a pair of slacks and plenty of pockets to keep things in.
Yeah. Pockets would be required.
Yeah, and you actually feel rather spiffy.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And you and Osling take turns getting each other ready in the proper attire with the very beautiful barding, the wraps for your lower legs, braiding of the tail, and other areas, and it kind of is like almost like this hide type of collar that comes down to a corset type vest. And you have all these beautiful like Celtic markings along your arms. It's weird being out of your armor, out of your gear, but into like this very fancy clothing.
Another question.
Hmm.
Just so we know, did Kippa have troubles getting fitting because her size was too small now?
Kippa keeps swearing. And all your little mushrooms are wearing little tuxedos.
Oh my god.
Great.
And the two biggest troublemakers of the group, Blip and Blop, theirs are actually enchanted to prevent flashbangs.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Flashbang submission. First.
Suppression.
Suppression. So. Huh? Noodle. Yeah, he's in his fancy vest. He didn't really need an outfit. He already looks fancy enough.
He's got a little tie on.
Bow tie?
Sure. What
Okay.
ties rule?
Yeah. It's got a little polka dot bow tie that matches his glowing, changing colors.
Fuck yeah.
That's pretty great.
What about Ace?
Ace is just Ace.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to put something on a literal walking forge, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magnets?
Yeah,
Magnets?
plus it would be hard for fairies to work on him too.
Yeah.
You might be able to fashion something for him.
Osling, she's standing there and she's like, is it appropriate to feel very awkward dressed this way?
Yes,
Okay.
because I do too.
Okay, we're on the same page.
We can be awkward together.
And so each of you have your actual invitation to the royal house where you go back to, and you find yourself back in the actual royal chambers. And you see the lord there, and he's dressed very beautifully and elegantly, and so is the rest of the royal family. And you see the guards in full, heavy plate mail. And you see the mages are actually dressed as well. And you realize they're full warcasters. While they have robes on, they have chainmail and plate mail on as well.
Battle mages.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The mages can take a hit.
Not just give hits.
Yeah, they have like high collars that come down, their robes come fully forward, their faces are fully covered. It's like, yeah, they're dangerous.
Damn.
And you're just like, I have no idea what kind of enchantments any of these people have on them, and I'm
If
terrified
they
to ask.
wanted me to know, they'd fucking make sure I knew.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I ain't fucking with them.
And as you guys trickle in, everybody's on their best behavior, and the Lord's like, "Oh, everybody's here. Oh, almost everybody's here. It's quite nice." He goes over to you. Oh, he pats you on the back. Congratulations, Gavin. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. I'm
And,
admittedly very nervous.
And you see Sir Mir, and he's there in his full like parade armor, and you can see all the medals along this massive plate on the side. that were awarded to him through his various acts by
Greet
Your
him with
father.
a bow.
yeah. And he's like, he walks over to you and he's like, well, you ready for this?
Ready as I'll ever be, Sir Mir.
And he's like, good. And a few the princess, she heads off, and it's a few moments of just dead silence. And the queen's like, okay, we're waiting and waiting. And you see Kippa's family comes in, and they're all dressed just as beautifully as any of the other royals. And you see that her father's just like, why the fuck do I have to wear this? This is insulting to me. And the wife's like, it's fine. Just take it. He's like, I'm not doing this every day. I will kill somebody. And she's like, and where are you gonna hide the bodies? He's like, they got plenty of gardens. And eventually the princess comes back in, and she's leading in Kippa, and Kippa's in his very beautiful silver dress, and she's wearing the flower crown that you presented with her. And she's like, and you see a look of like, she's just as nervous as you, if not trying not to trip over herself, because this gown is very, very long behind her. It has a very long train to it,
A cathedral train.
essentially.
Jesus. Poor Kippa.
Poor
And-
Kippa.
She's like 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
She's like dragging 30 feet of cloth behind
It's
her.
not 30 feet, it's appropriate to her size, but she's still like,
It would be probably close to about her size of train behind her.
yeah, and she's got beautiful earrings on, and she's wearing like a corset. You can see she's never wears one of those. And she walks up, and you hear someone come walking in, and they're like, and you hear all the air is kind of like electrified as all the enchantments take place. And you see Plume Tree, and he comes in, and he has no fucks given. He's just wearing his normal robes.
Yeah, it would.
He's like, he goes up to the front. My dear boy, we are gathered here for this wedding. Huh? What?
It's being officiated by Plume Tree. Fuck yeah.
and the Lord's like, are we all present? And Coin comes walking in. She's beautifully dressed up. Like,
Aw.
you see her in her full royal garb of being in the status that she's in. And she walks up and she smiles at you. And she's like, what? What?
I just didn't think you were gonna get here.
Me?
I should have known better. That's on me.
She's like, who else in the 9 hells would have the actual rings?
I was hoping that I could invite Wraith. That'd be pretty cool.
Also, I think you had a question in regards
Yeah.
to something from last session.
I was able to get the 2 brooches made.
Yes, you were.
Using that stone that's
Yeah.
given to all the other family.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Plume Tree's like, okay, since, hey, all of you standing around, I could, use your helps. And the mages kind of look at each other, and you hear their armor moving a little bit, and the Lord's like, and 4 of them come over, and they're like, okay, what do we need to do, Plume Tree? It's simple terms, please. And he's like, oh, it's quite simple. We have to... And he goes on this long tangent, and they're just like... If you could see their faces...
They are visibly aging.
And he just looks at him, he's like... Oh, right, okay. And he actually stretches a little bit. And he rolls up his sleeves. He's like, all right. And he summons his book. And he pulls out his wand. All right. And they do the same thing. And they begin to cast a spell, and they're staying in step with him. If you really want to, you can try and roll an Arcana. Oh my God, he's so excited.
I'm definitely gonna look at this too. If I may.
Yeah,
Is this the same day as before, or is this a different day?
different day. A few days later.
Long rest?
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a long rest. He's just like,
Yeah, because I only rolled a 7 on that, and I'm kind of wanting to do the thing.
To do the thing.
Yeah. Where I get to reroll. Button.
Fuck
Whatever.
it.
Fuck it. I will figure that out in just a sec.
Can I use my my amulet?
yeah,
Plus 10.
Much better.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Literally doubled it. 19.
Okay.
I'm using my amulet. I got a 34.
Oh my God. Oh my God. A 30.
You can use your
fucking
amulet too.
4.
Add a plus 10 to it once a week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it now?
1929.
29?
Still got outrolled by the fucking mouse. I don't care.
He's not even a wizard.
I have dice problems. You know that, you asshole.
He's not a wizard, but he's sure whizzing by Mongo.
He sure is.
You see that?
Little mouse.
You see that? Zoom.
I can do that too. I can run 5 feet faster.
Yeah. He's just like, Naum.
Nikolai.
Uh,
You're gonna let the
Glitter
mouse be
bombs you
faster than
all
you,
hell.
a cat?
So they're casting a very
Oh, God.
powerful spell, and you're not getting exactly what it is, but you're like, okay, it takes 5 of them to actually cast this.
Holy crap.
What are they doing? And the entire world just like, almost like you're really super drunk, and Ozin reach out and grabs your shoulder because she's never been that drunk before. And everything just suddenly shrinks to a fine point in your vision, and all your ears pop instantly.
Ow.
And as you stand there and you look around, you see Surmir just like, I hate teleportation spells. But as you look around, you're standing in a different location. It's this massive grand hall. You see these large pillars, and you see all these like vines hanging down and very beautiful plants. And you see a set of thrones, and behind it, you see this beautiful visage of Bahamut. Inlaid in the pillars is silver and gold. You can see all these beautiful colors along the floor that are, it's not your typical floor, it's displaying the many battles between Tiamat and Bahamut. And behind you, you see these large double doors, and all this light is just coming into this beautiful place. And you see all these plants everywhere. And Surmir walks up, and he's like, welcome home.
Oh.
Dope.
Oh.
This is the most appropriate place for your marriage.
Okay.
And you're just like having to take in the fact of like this massive great hall is the throne room, and you're like, no wonder it's so big because Mom had to come through here.
It make a sense. It make a perfect sense.
Oh, I'm lightheaded now.
And you guys put together, because of your high rolls, they actually not only teleported everybody here, but they also teleported all the enchantments and expanded them to fill the room.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That explains one aspect of why the fuck it took 5 of them.
Yeah, and one like an arch wizard.
And the Lord's like, field trip. I love field trips.
I like this guy. He's fun.
And he goes and he stands before the throne, and he's like,
over.
And your footsteps just echo a little bit in this massive hall. And Kippa walks up and Coin's like, oh shit, that's me too. And Kippa's family goes up and stands next on her side. And Sir Mirror stands on your side. And the Lord's like, he looks to Sir Mirror and he's like, do you agree to this? And Sir Mirror's like, I don't have a fucking choice, but okay.
He's basically standing in as the groom's father, right?
Yep. And the Lord looks over and is looking at the others. And he's like, do you accept Kippa in taking this position? And the father's like, he looks around at everybody that's there and he's like, not like I have a choice. Yeah. And Kippa looks over. She has to turn completely because of what she's wearing. And he's like, no, I want the best for you. It's okay. And he looks at his wife. He's like, don't give me that look either.
Kippa's already got the mom stare.
The
You're
queen's
fucked,
there.
buddy.
The queen's there too. Shut her dad up really quick.
You ain't gonna get away with a fucking thing.
And Coin steps between both of you, and she looks at both of you, and she looks at Scabbard, and she's like, you first? God, I didn't even see that coming. Actually, I was expecting you to die permanently first.
Yikes.
Damn.
Thanks, Coin.
Coin's like, hey, it's the truth, but, you know, you'll be fine.
I always appreciate the truth.
She's like, I ain't gonna be your bard. No.
No. I don't expect you to. But rest
And,
assured, as I promised, you'll always get the best of stories from us.
And
First two.
she takes both of your hands and she puts the rings in both of your hands. And the Lord takes off like a shawl, like a long shawl, and she wraps your hands and she steps aside. And the Lord's like, in this binding, do you both take each other from here into the afterlife? Accept things as they will be.
Till the end of time.
And Kippa's like, gee willikers, yes.
And now we've got Daphne.
That's right. That's that.
She did say that a lot, didn't she?
Yeah. Especially when she dropped her glasses. Yeah.
That was Velma.
That's Velma.
Oh, yeah. When Velma dropped her glasses a lot. And this, what's holding your hands together, it just slowly disintegrates into embers and floats off. Scabbard, do an investigation for me. Or perception. I'm expecting either a really low roll or a really high roll.
Oh yeah, he doesn't go in between. It's one or the other.
22.
22. I knew it was going to be high. As you look to Kippa, you look over at Coin and you look at the Lord that is overseeing this. You look past them and you can see the rays of light coming in. And for a brief second, you can see them outlining the shapes of both of your parents as if they're here.
That's cool.
And the Lord's like, the rings.
Right. And I will go ahead and put the one on Kippa.
And she takes the other one and puts it on you, and she's like, well, it's done.
It is.
And you hear her father, now we get drunk and partying into the night. Coin's like, my man. Coin's like, I am tired of being sober.
That's funny.
coin, the local alcoholic. And just in the same instance as you guys embrace each other and everybody starts to talk amongst each other, you're taken back. And it's just disorienting once again, and your ears pop once again. And you hear your little buddy, your little mushrooms, they all go flash, bang. Even like the little zombie cats have little tuxedo tops on.
I'll walk over to Flip and Plop, give them both a little pat on the head. Later. Promise.
So you head into the other great hall, the banquet hall. It's also the ballroom. And the Lord approaches you, and he's like, I know not everybody can be here for your celebration because of privacy,
Yeah,
but
it's understandable.
once things happen properly and things are settled, we will have a good old tiefling celebration, and the entire city will know.
I'm actually curious as to what that would entail.
Lots of magic, lots of alcohol,
Lots of magic alcohol?
and the lady, she comes over and she has a bottle of wine and she hands it over to you. Okay. And she hands it to you. And she's like, it's one of our finest.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
It's 450 years old. Triple distilled
God.
oven.
Damn! Now, that would be one hell of a potent wine.
Triple distilled oven wine.
That
Well,
wine is the final boss, as the music indicates.
pretty much.
Well,
Will it
Scav's
be
about to
safe
have
for Scabbard
alcohol.
to drink?
We saw what? This is the end result of the last time he got drunk. He gets drunk at his wedding. Now what the fuck is gonna happen?
He's gonna be inside the cake.
This will be the night that everyone finds out that Scav will then be your dad.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Just pile on the responsibilities. And,
Reason behind my joke.
And there is tables of food and drinks and other things. And Austin's like, I feel very out of place here.
Very.
And the lady, she actually comes over and she's like, come on.
I'll gently guide Osling to go with me.
And yeah, you guys head out and you head into the actual gardens where it's much more open and fresh air. And she's like, I don't mean to sound coarse, but I can tell when horses are uneasy.
We don't necessarily like huge gatherings of people. We prefer being outside.
Yeah, and everywhere you look, there's mages and guards, and they're in full armor. This place is definitely locked down, top to bottom. And the looks over a bit. Oh, what the fuck? And now it's all frozen.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yep. Now everything froze. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll go to the computer and see what I can figure out. Instead of trying to do it on my computer.
Yep.
Camera's froze.
Oh, cool.
And I switched over to that table, and Tom's in mid-bite on camera.
Appropriate.
It's a pretty funny picture.
Holy shit! You almost got me with with Seekit and Ithos there.
Oh, the feels, huh?
Oh yeah.
Shit. Not even my parents, and I almost got gone.
Just the ethereal outline of them there watching. And the great hall of your parents.
Yeah.
The royal hall.
Holy shit!
What?
You almost got me good.
Oh no, they deliver the worst news after you're drunk and wasted that Feisty has to be put down. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, that would devastate me.
Not funny.
There would be blood in the streets. You guys would be finding those goblins and murdering each and every one of them.
Yep.
Hey, you're not frozen on screen stuffing your face with food. Gremlins.
Damn gremlins messing with the cables.
Yeah. Oh, and to clarify for people, we are sorry about calling everybody a dice goblin. Well, I did.
Let's be fair, like, when it comes to dice, everyone's kind of just a little bit.
It's not so much a dice goblin, it's like dice dragon, dice cat, dice horse,
Gremlin.
gremlin, kobold,
Abomination.
abomination. Are you a little abomination?
A mastermind. DM. Player. A little bit of everything.
I feel ya. If you want, we got like a really potent energy drink in there.
Are you okay? That sounded like it hurt.
It didn't. It never does. It just sounds bad. When I was in high school and would crack my neck, it would echo in the gym and people would freak the fuck out.
I like the comment. Nope, but Manny has quite the funny pose, focusing at some gremlin grabbing his cup. You're like this on camera.
Like this?
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Do you need to bring it down and restart it?
I think we should just restart the cameras first.
I can do that real quick.
CPU is not picking. Memory's not picking, so there's just something going on with the cameras.
1 sec.
I'll have to re-add the DM camera altogether because I removed it. Did I turn this off again?
1 moment.
Oh, right here?
Yeah. And then turn it back on.
There you go. Hello, Sparta.
And we have
Oh,
3
that's
viewers
not for you
on
to eat.
YouTube right now.
Sorry, what happened?
We have 3 viewers on YouTube right now. Oh, you have to press the button to switch it over too.
Switch it over to what? Oh,
Camera.
right here?
There's the dot right there. You press it. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't touch that, so I don't know what happened there.
Any amazing comments tonight?
Not a lot. Love the tiny outfits for the mushrooms. Let's see.
Crazy to think about Scabbard was the first to be married.
Coin thinking he would be the first one dead. The voice of the people at most weddings and the voice of reason
What?
regarding the wedding.
Yeah, I think
Mine,
you
do I
have to
have-
restart.
Okay, do a hard restart.
Do an end